Okay, they're both looking down at their phones. Excellent. I did ask them to tweet it out and blue sky it out. It's entirely my fault, and I caught them exactly as I wanted them. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Boropod. My name is Nate. I am your moany, whiny host. Not today, though. I'm in a good mood. Nicholas is here. I'll do.
Hello. I had to double check that I'd actually unmuted myself then as well. God, you give me too many jobs to do at once for a podcast that I prepare for 10 minutes in advance of recording.
Yeah, sorry about that. And Pat's here. Hello, mate.
Hi. I copied the link to a Game Pass advert instead of the stream, so I am reposting the stream as we speak.
That is excellent. That's excellent work.
I feel like an older and older man every day.
How was your weekend, Pat?
It was good. Yeah, lots of good sporting victories, and just general getting into the festive spirit. It was nice. How was yours?
I can complain, but I won't. It was fine. It was just I decided to, as you can see, and YouTube people that have watched us more than once probably may have noticed, my office setup has changed, and I took out the old integrated desk. It was like proper screwed onto the wall, big sturdy thing, and the desk was really shallow, so I just felt like I was sitting basically like that close to the monitor, inches from the monitor, so I couldn't hack it. So I kept my old desk from my old house, but it was just sort of sat, not being used. And I've got a standing desk thingy. So if I'll do it quickly now, just because I like watching it go up, and I'm just it's a little bit less dramatic. Like
it goes down.
Anyway, I'll bring it down now. It's very enjoyable, and it's brought me a weird sense of calm. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was more productive at work today. And it's probably just a coincidence, right? But
I do really want a standing desk at home as well. Like, I reckon I would work so much better just randomly going, I'm going to stand up for the next half an hour.
Well, when I was in the office in Mayfair, I had a standing desk there, and it was the first time I'd used it. I didn't use it for the first sort of 6 or 7 months that I worked there, because I was just like, it's a gimmick in it. It's stupid. Who needs to stand when they work? And then someone was like, you should do it. Like, just give it a go. So I fuck it, all right. Press the button, up it goes. Stand there. I'm like, after about 10 minutes, I'm like, it's not so bad actually. And then like 40 minutes later, I'm like, oh, I'm still stood. And then I started doing it after lunch. Like, we'd walk over to the casino, which was like, a 5-minute walk away, have lunch in the staff canteen, which before COVID was incredible, and it was ridiculous that we got that for free. And then, because every now and then, it wasn't obviously the quality of the food that was being served in the casino, but every now and then, like, the staff menu was lobster thermidor, which is just ridiculous. And then we walk back, and I'd be like, I want to keep I don't want to sit down yet, because if I sit down, I'm gonna sleep, especially after a lobster thermidor.
All that lobster thermidor is going to go straight to my temples. First world problems.
Right, exactly. So anyway, so I'd stand for like the next hour, and then I'd sit down, and it was great. If I sat down, I'd sleep. I still do that now. Coming into my office, I sit down after lunch, and then I realised I keep I keep smacking the keyboard. So yeah. So anyway, that's what we do. That's fucking hell, 10 minutes of me having a standing desk. Anyway, we should probably talk about football. I didn't ask you, Nick. How was your weekend?
I was ill for it. There was nothing exciting to talk about.
Fair enough. We'll move on then.
You've used up the time. It's fine.
Excellent. Stevenage away at Stockport County this weekend, as we all well know. So the final score was Stockport County 4, Stevenage 3, because we had fucking shit away attendance, and the Stockport fans win automatically because there are more of them. Although by as a percentage of the town size, there's far less of them than there are of us. So fuck you, Kano, you fucking dick. Anyway, Stevenage 1, no 3. Stockport County 1. Marshall and goal. We went 4. At times it looked like a 4-1-4-1. At times it looked like a 4-2-3-1. At times it looked like a 4-3-3. I'm gonna stick with the 4-3-3 because we thought that Phillips would be very much a number 10, and I think he was sort of, with Football Manager 26, you've got 2 formations now. You've got in possession and out of possession. It's like he sort of drops in, drops out, pushes up, like he's fucking everywhere. So we'll just call him sort of, he played Dan Phillips' role, which is where the fuck I want.
There was 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, and 3 attackers in some shape or form.
Yes, but
wherever there are ankles need treading on, that's where you'll find Dan Phillips.
Yes. I was going to say biting, but I prefer treading on because I think ankle bite has a different connotation in it. But no Philip Marshall, you got James Wilding right back. Why am I calling him James Wilding? What the fuck is that? We've got Luther right back. Sweeney replaced the suspended Good. Pidge returned. Freestone played at left back because obviously Saxon Early can't possibly play 3 games in a row. At least start 3 games in a row. And Butler's potentially dead. He's gone somewhere. Maybe the afterlife, maybe just hospital. Don't know. Then we got Jordan Houghton, who quiet a game, but good, quietly efficient. We'll get back to him. Campbell outright. Thompson and Phillips sort of, more advanced a little bit than Houghton. And you had Patterson on the left and Jamie Reid up top doing what Jamie Reid likes to do. First things first, didn't see the change in formation coming. And I was excited when I saw the lineup, and I liked it, and it felt very aggressive from the start, didn't it?
I got one player wrong from my predicted lineup before it was announced, which was Harvey not being in it.
Well, it's easy to say that when you don't tell anyone you predicted lineup, don't you know?
I did it 10 minutes before kickoff, just blasé on Twitter.
We're gonna predict the lineup at the end of this episode. Okay.
But no,
we used to do that.
Thanks for warning
it. So now I'm warning you. You've got like an hour to prepare. You've got an hour to think about it. We'll talk about it during the Burton chat. Continue, Nicholas.
So obviously my absolute genius of pretty much naming the entire squad beforehand. I saw the 4 coming purely because with Good suspended and Saxon probably not, like you say, probably not in a position to start 3 games in a row, that a change would be needed. On the flip side, I dreaded the idea of our potential front 2 being Malcolm and Labala, which at one stage it looked like it might have been, depending on how Reid was after the Cardiff game. So for those 2 reasons, I thought we might go to a 4, more of a damage limitation of what could be the alternative, as opposed to actually it being a tactical masterclass. But yeah, I mean, the 3 in midfield, I think, was what won us the game ultimately. And I don't think we would normally have been saying that before the game, having no Kemp in there, having no White in there, and feeling like there's not a huge amount of creativity, ball playing ability from what we've seen of previous games. So, like I say, Houghton done his job perfectly as a hold-in midfielder just behind Phillips and Louis. Louis did brilliantly as that box-to-box midfielder of just getting up and down the pitch, putting pressure on, but doing his defensive duties. And Phillips, I don't think there was a blade of grass that he didn't cover in that game as well. So that just gave the license of the front 3 to have a little bit more nous about them in an attacking sense, which was the complete opposite from Cardiff and was an absolute breath of fresh air to watch on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't think it's any surprise that we look a better side when we have Campbell out on the right than we do when we push Bez out there, because it makes such a difference having a guy who knows where to position himself and isn't just reacting to balls pinging in his direction. That was definitely a weakness against Cardiff, and I think Cardiff are a better side than Stockport, but Stockport are no mugs, and the way that team was laid out and the way they played together was enough to make them look like mugs at times.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a weird season for Stockport. I think they're not anywhere near where anybody expect them to be. They spent $2 million in the off season improving that squad. Improving that squad, and they're definitely worse than they were. I think on paper, I still look at it now, and on paper, I'm like, it's got everything it needs to get out of this league. Maybe now we've seen teams and seen the way teams are playing, and sort of the runs teams are putting together. Maybe not automatically, but they've definitely got some. They've definitely got quality. I mean, I would have said Ethan Pye at the beginning of the season, but he was shite yesterday. In fact, their back three was crap. 5 if you include the wing backs, actually. But Wootton, he's a fucking pain in the arse to play football against, and always gets a goal against us, doesn't he? Mothersill had a bad day, but I usually hate watching us play him because he's very good. Diamond had a good game.
Yeah, I mean, of that 2 million they spent in the summer, $1 million of it was on Mothersill, and by the sounds of it, he really hasn't set the world on fire since moving. Really a lot of fans were pleased to see him go off at half time from their end, and I think they've lost a lot from losing Horsfall at the back, who obviously went to Blackpool in the summer as well. So, of the business of what they lost versus what they gained, they're definitely worse off in terms of what performances they're actually getting out of the players that they brought in, and that seems to be the story of their season. Really, is that their recruitment has let them down. I don't think they were better than what we saw from them last year.
No, definitely
by
not.
any means. And yeah, I mean, probably that Ethan Pye cock up for our third goal summed up probably their fortunes this year as a club.
Yeah. We had them as our favourites to win the league pre-season, I think.
Bold.
They were up there for sure.
I definitely had them first. I need to.
I mean, on paper, their business was good. It was reasonably good business. It just seems to be one of those ones where, like, I mean, you said about Mothersill at Peterborough, he always causes us problems. You'd think in a better side he'd be even better, but seems to have gone the opposite way. Whether that's the system they play that's inhibited him a bit or what, but
yeah. So none of us actually predicted them to be first. I had third, Pat had 8th, Greg had 2nd, Aaron had 4th, and Nick, you had 3rd. But off the basis of everybody else, all the other media outlets' predictions, the average position was higher than anybody else. So that's why they popped up into first. Just to go through our top 6, just because that's a fun little look back. Stockport first, Huddersfield 2nd, Luton 3rd, Plymouth 4th, Blackpool 5th, Cardiff 6th. Let's keep going. Bolton 7th, Wickham 8th, Reading 9th, Barnsley 10th, Orient 11th, Wigan 12th, Lincoln 13th, Rotherham 14th, Stevenage 15th, Peterborough 16th.
We know fucking nothing.
Doncaster 17th, Bradford City 18th, Mansfield 19th, Exeter 20th, Vale 21st, Northampton 22nd, Burton 23rd, and AFC Wimbledon 24th. I'm not going to lie, chaps. We've had an absolute western with it so far, haven't we? Last season, I think we got four right, and we were pretty happy with that because no one ever gets. You rarely get any more than who the team that win the division, and normal 9 times out of 10 you get that wrong, didn't you? So we were pretty happy with our efforts last season, but looking at that table, looking at the table now, it's not good.
The bottom half is incredibly condensed. I mean, I'm sure we'll get to it later when we go through the league table, but there are literally like 4 teams on the same number of points, and then another 4 that are just a point within them. So I feel like you could look at it now, and even in 2 weeks' time, it will be completely different again.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is the joy of this league and also the absolute horror of it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, we're always going to benefit from a close division. I think we're always going to be one of the teams that benefit from that, because I think, except for maybe Cardiff, who won't catch Birmingham's record from last season, but they'll trouble it a bit. I would expect them to finish around the 90-something point mark, because I think that's how poor the rest of the division is, because I don't think they're that great. They'll have that if unless they really spend in the summer and spend well, they'll be in trouble of dropping down if this sort of squad is the bulk of it again. I think
they're definitely the most consistent team in the league.
Yeah, and this season that's what's going to win you the league, isn't it?
Yeah,
being consistent,
100%.
Yeah, I forgot what point I was going to make, so fuck that off. What did we do this weekend, Nick? What did we do differently to make that result possible, to wring that performance out?
We played 2 wingers out wide for a start. I mean, it seems really simple, doesn't it? It seems really simple that you've got 2 wide players. You play a system with 2 wide players in it. You'd play them, and for weeks we've often done one of them and not both. I mean, I couldn't tell you the last time we started both Phoenix and Chem in a league game, if we even have. But that felt to me like a major piece, because if you think of the second goal for Reed, it was the kind of goal that you wouldn't have dreamt of us scoring in the last 2 months, of us getting the ball. Sweeney gets the ball just inside their half. He does a defender with a shimmy, plays it down the line, and you've got Luther and Louis playing 1-2s in the corner, because Chem's come inside and created space to allow Luther to push right up the pitch. And then the ball from Luther comes into the box, and Phoenix has come across the box to take a centre-back away, to give Reedy the space to go in and attack the ball. And it's these moves that we've just not really done since the start of the year, of just players looking for spaces. We've been really passive and really kind of flat-footed in most of our attacks in the last couple of months. And seeing that fluidity in midfielders coming out wide to support fullbacks, and then both our wingers ending up in narrow positions to create space for other players to get out wide. That, I think, was the difference between especially Cardiff, where we felt really rigid and we felt like all we did was hit the ball into the channels and hope someone might be able to get on the end of it. It's the first time in a while Reedy has pretty much stayed within the width of the goalposts, and he goes and scores. Yeah. And I think that's as simple as it needs to be, but in practice we've struggled to do it.
He always gets dragged out wide, and it often causes us problems, doesn't it?
Especially when it's one up front.
Yeah.
It says a lot about your mentality away from home, having gone ahead for a 1 in 10 wonder shot from Campbell, that you score a second goal and it's from your right back crossing it in deep in the opposition territory to your striker, knocking it in from close range. That tells us that it wasn't a team trying to hold on to a 1-0. It wasn't a team trying to see a game out away from home in a tough environment. It was a team who believed in themselves, trying to get a second and take the pressure off a little bit. And they did that for 10 minutes, and then 2 minutes later did it again.
Yeah. Chem and Phoenix haven't started together because they both have typically played on the left flank, haven't they?
So yeah, and I think that even when Roberts is back, I think
I wouldn't be putting him back in.
I wouldn't necessarily put it back in, but the knowledge that we can go and put Chem on that right hand side and feel comfortable with it.
Yeah,
means that when if Roberts starts and has one of those games where he's just not in it, you feel more confident that making a change on the right hand side is going to breed some reward, as opposed to you're looking at your bench and going, I've got Jake Young and maybe Bez Labala that I could stick on the right hand side.
Fuck, maybe I wouldn't put Jake Young out, right? Jeez.
Well, they were your
option. I wouldn't want to put Bez anywhere.
So they're your options.
Yeah,
whereas
Robin
now,
would definitely strengthen the 18, no doubt.
Or if you need to put Roberts into the 10, you know you've got Chem that you can go and stick on the right-hand side and still maintain Phoenix on the left. So I think it gives us some confidence that you can change those positions around. I mean, that was Chem on his left foot for that strike, and then he scored
I
a
was going to
similar
say,
goal on his right from a few weeks back.
I was going to say, is he even left? Is he left-footed? I wasn't sure. I don't remember him being.
I just remember him scoring. Was it Luton that he scored that goal, where he cuts inside on the left?
Yeah,
and
he did. Yeah,
bends it in with his right foot.
yeah.
And then he goes
Oh,
scores
nice.
I think he's
How nice.
right-footed.
How nice is that having a player who can hit you with both feet? When's the last time we had one of them? Because none of the 11 at the moment, main sort of 11 at the moment, are particularly two-footed, are they?
No. So
Less for tackling.
But yeah, so I think it just gives us that extra dynamic. I mean, I'm surprised it's taken this long for us to try it. At least we have.
That was fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I think when we saw Phillips, Chem, and Phoenix, not necessarily that Phoenix is going to lead into the press, but you knew that we were going to try and hit them high. And it worked with a decent degree of success. I mean, we dispossessed them in their half more than we dispossessed them in our own half, like directly, which is pretty fucking fun. That's an aggressive stance that we've taken, and they I mean, it's weird, right? Because they had almost 70% possession. Their pass success rate was 83%, which is where against our 67%. They had 13 shots to our 7, albeit they only had 4 on target. We had 4 on target. So you look at. I mean, it's a bit like that Barrow game a while back. That if you weren't able to catch the game and all you saw are the stats, you were like, that score the wrong way around, because it doesn't look like we were comfortable, but we were. They did fuck all to really threaten us until Wotton scored. There was no moments where I was like, oh shit, we're 4 here. Not once.
Yeah, it wasn't a game I was listening to wondering when the sucker punch would come. It was a game where I felt they had them at arm's length.
Yeah, I think it's important when we contrast it with the Cardiff game as well, because the stats probably weren't, well, minus the shots, the stats for Cardiff probably aren't too dissimilar to that of Stockport's, maybe past completion. But beyond that, possession would have been high, shots on target were probably fairly similar. But you could tell that against Cardiff, we were really under the cosh, really uncomfortable, to be honest, in terms of not looking like we were going to get anything out of the game at any stage.
Cardiff had 66% possession to where Stockport had 68. Pass success rate was 81%. 11 shots, or more or less identical. The difference was that we didn't win the ball high up often, and our pass success rate was almost 20% less because our use of the long ball was about 25% higher.
And I think that's where Stevenage is an aggressive team. I don't think that's ever not been the case for us. We've always been known as an aggressive team. That's because it works when you're a team.
And when you load your midfield up with Phillips and Houghton and Thompson, they love snapping into people as soon as they get the ball. So you're gonna pinch it a lot or get yourself in trouble. And in this game, they pinched it a lot. It was great.
Did I see that Phillips has got 5 yellow cards now?
Yes. I did check that.
Yeah, because he's managed to get 5. This is the first time he got his yellow card late on, isn't it? Like after he got his yellow card in 85 minutes.
Shall I get those numbers?
Averaging 15 minutes of yellow card.
Yeah, 15 minutes of yellow card for the rest of the season on average, which is some work, isn't it?
I mean, it's consistency. I even like that.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that did worry me, kind of worry me about looking at the 11 was our ability on the ball in the midfield. Louis we know is an outstanding player, so that wasn't as much it. But we've seen in recent weeks, Phillips has been very good at winning the ball, and then very bad at retaining it or making a pass. Yeah, and similarly, Houghton, we said at the start of the season, very similar. He was very good at winning it, and then often it was relying on giving it to Harvey to get us up the pitch or something like that.
Yeah.
So that was part of it. But Phillips was outstanding on the ball. Houghton was outstanding on the ball. Louis was outstanding on the ball, and it just worked quite perfectly, really.
Yes. Yeah, it did. Yeah.
And to be fair to Phillips, one of those yellow cards was for calling the referee a prick when he books Doherty for nothing, which he was being a prick, so I'm kind of all right with that one.
I found the stats that I said on Saturday. So he got booked against Rotherham after playing he played 6 minutes in that game. He got booked. Against Huddersfield, he got booked and he played 20 minutes. Against Reading, he played 15 minutes. Got booked within those 15 minutes. And then Cardiff, he played 31 minutes and got booked within those 31 minutes. So the first time he's played over 45 minutes and been booked.
What a lad. What a boy. Big fan. Big fan of Phillips. Big fan of Thompson. Big fan of
keep it in the corner in the next game.
Well, we won't need to because
if Burton will be 8-0 up, it won't matter.
Yeah, we'll be four. We'll have at least 4 goals on them by the 56th minute, I reckon.
But yeah,
big words, isn't it? Big words for a team who've been as bad at scoring goals as we have recently.
Yeah, we scored 3. We're on the up now.
That midfield trio was just a joy to watch, wasn't it? And I think you've got your Jordan Houghton, who is League One Michael Carrick, isn't he? Doesn't ever really get noticed, but what he does really fucking well. And the only time you notice him is when he's not really there, and that is a perfect defensive midfielder.
I'll tell you what, Nate, he really is the one for me. Is the way that I would say it.
Is he?
He is. I mean, he was the one I pulled out at the start of the season as being what I felt was going to be one of our most important players.
Yeah.
But I think for the exact reason you've pointed out, that you won't notice it when he's there, but you'll notice when he's not. And let's not forget, he has been missing for 2-3 games.
Been in and out,
through injury. So, and potentially when you've got him missing, and then obviously White was out has been out for a couple of games, it felt like that midfield might have been falling apart. But to see him come back in, Louis come back after having his struggles with injury, Phillips has had his problems with injury this season, picking up niggles here and there. So to see all 3 of them get through
international duty,
to see all 3 of them get through a game, firstly, but also performing so highly away from home. Fingers crossed, once Phillips is back from his suspension, they can continue that kind of form.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens in January with the midfield, isn't it? Because, some people listening and watching in might be surprised by this, but the news is afoot that potentially Harvey White is the subject of a bid from Preston North End for 1.5 million, I hear.
Right, we'll take it. We'll run to the bank with it. You got to knock off.
Of course.
You got to knock off about 30-40% of that's going to Spurs, but
still, I've clear about 500k.
Yeah, I mean, how much of that
is?
How much of that Preston will wake up from their hangover of being in the playoffs and go, crap, maybe not.
The only problem with that sort of money being touted is how much of it is up front, how much of it is in performance-related bonuses. If it's sort of backloaded and it's I'll give you 500k up front and the rest if we could see no more than 500k.
To be fair, I don't think that's even a bad. He's out of contract in the summer.
I'd still take 500k.
He's out of contract in the summer. And it doesn't look like he's signing a new deal anytime soon, even if we've offered one, if he's being offered Championship football, guaranteed next year. So let's be honest.
Well, not necessarily guaranteed, they might go up.
Well, but even in terms of... They won't go up. But even in terms of going out of contract in the summer...
Yeah. You would imagine that the top half of League One will look at him, the top couple of teams that you would expect to be at the end of at the end of next season will be ones that actually make offers for him, and the bottom half of the championship will make offers, right?
Yeah. So I think with his contract situation, but if it's to be believed what it is, you take anything upwards of 500 grand. I think, even if there wasn't any clauses attached to that to rise it up to $1 million plus.
I think you take anything over 250, you take what you can get at this stage, don't you?
But I think
because you know, players at League One level, the next 6 months, we're not going to be any better off for having him in than if we can have a fit Thompson, a fit Phillips, a fit Houghton in.
Yeah,
I don't think if he was in over any of those necessarily, I don't think we're necessarily going to be any worse off. But I think we're going to be better off with him. I think his best performances are no better, but no worse than what Thompson can deliver, what Phillips can deliver, what Houghton can deliver. I think, although they bring a lot of different things to the table, and we would definitely want to look to replace him, because I don't think Doherty is necessarily that again, he's not that same sort of player, and he's still, you know, probably 6 to 8, maybe a year off of being ready to be the man in the middle, game in, game out, isn't he?
Well, he's still got to turn 18 first as well.
Still got to turn 18. Yeah.
But yeah, if it was one of those situations where you said he could sign a new deal now and then we sell him in the summer, I'd take that all day. But it doesn't look like that's what's going to happen.
I don't think if we gave him a new deal now, it would have a release clause, and it would probably end up being prohibitively big, and we'd probably be like, should we have taken the money?
But I don't think he would want a release clause in that contract.
I think both of us would.
I don't know.
For the same reason we wanted one for Steve Evans.
Yeah, but I think that's a different scenario.
Yeah.
I think if you're Harvey White and ultimately he's got a chance, albeit we might see it as a slim chance, of a promotion to the Championship, you could arguably say the same if it is Preston, that they have the chance of the Premier League, but irrespective, that's quite good to have on your CV. And if you do achieve that on your CV, the money will still be floating around next year for you to take a deal up. And you wouldn't want that to be hinging on a release clause as such, though you would want some sort of gentleman's agreement in place, very much like we did with March. But that was in very different circumstances. However, I just don't think that's a position that Harvey White is going to want to put himself in now. Like, you've got the opportunity to go play Championship football for the next few months. Your contract's running out anyway. You take it, and you take the opportunity when it presents itself. Even if it's not Preston, I'm sure there's another 2 or 3 clubs in that Championship pot that would be willing to throw 7 figures our way for a player who has started the season well and is still relatively young.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do love Harvey. There were points last year that he really irritated me, but because you knew he could be better.
He's really irritated me.
But it was,
you knew he could do better.
Yeah.
But I think he's made enormous strides this season, hasn't he?
Yeah. But we'll see. He's got to come back into our side first for at least a game or 2 before he goes, please.
See how, I mean, well, yeah, he has to, because he's not allowed to move till January. So.
Yeah, but he was out obviously at the weekend. Hopefully he'll be back for Burton, but he missed 2 games so far.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah. Any other movers and shakers
this weekend? There we go. All right.
I was thinking if there's anyone else that we thought might be off in January. I'm switching it up. I've already thrown in the transfer talk at this stage.
I don't know. I wouldn't be upset to see Hadme go back to Charlton. Which is weird.
His injury sounds like,
because his last performance was actually far better than anything else he'd really done, wasn't it? When he was up top with Readers too. I don't think we're going to see, unless things start turning and go go back to being really pissed. I don't think we'll see that too much, having 2 up.
Well, if his injury is as bad as it has been suggested, he's probably already back at Charlton now.
Yeah.
And so that will definitely open a striker slot. Even if it was, I mean, I can see like Malcolm maybe going out on a loan move.
Yeah, I think he needs a loan to National League, doesn't he?
Mm.
He's not a player for now. He wasn't bought as a player for now. I would be amazed if he came in with any sort of delusions of being a player for now. Do you know what I mean? I think he knows about as full well as we do that he's a project, right? Bit of a gamble project for the future to see whether anything comes of it. But he needs consistent football. He needs to go into a team who are going to provide for him and where he's going to have a bit of fun and go and bang a few goals in. So one of the better National League sides would be a good land spot. I mean, or a mid-table team that are just begging for someone who couldn't find the net. Perhaps one of those. There's not too much other business I do. Get rid of Bez, send him to bloody, I don't know, Cambodia.
I reckon he's a good changer in Man. I reckon he gets people pumped up.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it. You look at the way. You look at like how he sort of carries himself. He's always got a grin on his face. I can imagine him being like a sort of a good presence.
There's a reason he started games, and if his game
he trains better than Jake Young.
Well, yeah, but equally he probably at least in training as well, brings the best out of other people, and we've thought that might translate onto the pitch, even if he's a 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10. Problem is, he's been more of a 2 or a 3, and therefore that's only really got everyone else up to a 6 if we're lucky. But he seems like a good character. It's his footballing performances that have let him down.
Yes, I have. Well, I think that's enough for the first half of things, isn't it? Should we do a quiz?
Oh yeah, is this the one you've?
No, it's not the one I've been teasing, but it is one I've made graphics for.
Oh, here we go.
So I'm going to need to position these because the overlay thing doesn't work like I was hoping it was going to be fixed. So I'm going to have to use the logo function later, which means I'm going to have to drag them around and resize them. It's very professional over here. But it's a game called Where the Fuck Am I?
Oh God.
It's not too dissimilar to Who the Fuck Am I? You still got to guess the player, but you've got visual cues. I'm not gonna say a word about who they are.
It's just the crests, isn't it? Oh, it's the map with the lines.
Here we go. So you should be able to see some clubs on there. Your name is your buzzer.
Oh Christ!
If you're wondering, people who are listening in, I will upload these to Twitter when the episode flies out tomorrow, so you can have a look for yourself.
Is that starting at Peterborough?
So you'll notice that the Stevenage logo isn't on here.
No.
So you've got to try to extrapolate where in the lines, where in the mix of things Stevenage is. If you're struggling to tell what some of the crests are, I will help.
I'm pretty sure I know them all, minus maybe 2.
So talk us through it. Talk us through it, Nick.
You've got
what
Peterborough.
What clubs you got, right?
Is that Spalding?
It is Spalding.
And then I think it's Altrincham that's hiding behind Salford.
Yeah.
To Stockport. To
yeah.
I want to say Alvechurch.
That's Corby Town.
Corby Town to Boston. To
South
team.
South Melbourne. I couldn't fit Australia in the map.
And then gone all the way to oh wait. Oh.
Then from South Melbourne to
Nick.
Go on, Nicholas.
It's Cole Piergiani.
It's Cole Piergiani.
The minute you said Australia,
yeah,
I got it.
Gave it away a little bit, did I? Okay, so are we ready for the second player?
Sure. I got that one right.
Yeah. So when you said it's Cole Piergiani and I said yes, that means you got the point.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was just like a practice run.
No. That's the deal. I can't resize this. Hang on.
I'm really impressed that I knew what Spalding's badge looked like. By
Here
the
we
way,
go. Player 2.
Nick.
Jesus, I hadn't even seen
Michael
it.
Bostwick.
It is Michael Bostwick.
Wow.
I saw Boston and St Albans in the same thing. I was like, it's got to be.
Yeah, it's an incredible one. It's an incredible shout. It's so good. I haven't prepared the third image yet because we're trying. Right, here we go. It's small again. Let me resize.
You can tell I'm a visual learner by how well I'm doing on this, and every time you do, who the fuck am I? Ooh.
One thing I like is that Peterborough are in here twice, and because they're not they're like just jumbled in. Any of these teams could be the starting point.
I was going to say Salford's there twice as well.
No, it's not.
Are they not? It looks like it. Oh, that arrow's the other team, is it? Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So there's an arrow from Peterborough to Salford.
Okay, yeah. Oh god.
So Pat, talk us through the teams. Where do you think this player has started? Just pick a team and run with it.
Well, I hate it because Sheffield Wednesday's in there. In fact, Pat.
Go on, Pat.
Is it George Boyd?
It is George Boyd.
Yeah.
So obviously it's
Hull,
Stevenage,
City, Burnley,
Stevenage,
Forest,
Peterborough. Yeah, obviously it's Stevenage, Peterborough, Forest, Hull, Burnley, Sheffield Wednesday, back to Peterborough, Salford, and then the final one is Wythenshawe Town.
You forgot Ballers League.
I did not forget Ballers League.
It's down in London.
I can confirm that I absolutely did not forget Bollocks League. So now, isn't it?
Can you imagine coming up against someone like that in that sort of league, though? Good God.
I know.
Martin Waghorn's playing in it as well at the moment.
Who cares? That was a quick quiz.
It was good. A lot of effort, but worth it.
Do you know what? That took me about 12 minutes.
All right, not a lot of effort, but worth it. I was going to say.
To be fair, it took us 6 minutes to do it.
It took you a while to get pitch. It didn't take you very long to get body. It took you an almost annoyingly short amount of time to get body, considering that was the one that took me the longest to do.
It's because we get all the answers at once, whereas obviously with who the fuck am I?
Yeah. But I've just realised, where the fuck am I? I can swivel that, and I can give you 4 versions of the same photo, and like put a player, like where was the player in this actual photo, or where's the ball? You know.
I mean, you could also do it where you do the player career path, and then you leave like the last club, or you leave a club empty either side of Stevenage.
You've got to work who it is.
You got where the fuck was I?
Nick, that's horrific. That's definitely going in. You little slag. Okay.
And then the hints could be to help you get the player so that you can get the club. But if you get the club without even getting the player,
look at this. It starts with it starts out as 3 points. If you need the next one, if you need a clue, I can drop in the club before or the club after. Maybe you can even pick. Oh, fuck you. Right. So, Stevenage at home Saturday lunchtime against Burton Albion.
Flipping lunchtime.
Stevenage are 5th in the table, 10 wins from 18, 22 goals scored, 13 conceded, 34 points in total. Burton are 17th, 19 games played, 6 wins, which, you know, I'm amazed they've got that many. They've been far better this season than I expected them to be, and they're only in 17th. -8 goal difference and 23 points. They had a fairly decent run of things recently. They've got, you know, since in the last sort of few weeks, they've got wins against Blackpool, and I can't see what the other one is. Bradford. They won 2-1 at Bradford, who were second. So that's a great result. over the last 6, their record is exactly the same as ours in terms of wins, losses, and draws. 2 of each, although they haven't won in 3, so a bit of a dip again. Their last result was a 0-0 with Wickham. They create a lot of chances, do Burton. They don't score many. They scored less than us. They scored 6 fewer than us, and they've conceded.
Wow.
They've conceded 11 more. They are very bad at defending from wide spaces. They concede a lot of goals from crosses. They are very, very susceptible to the counter-attack. And the shit against set pieces. This is Stevenage wheelhouse. Everything that they're bad at is the things that we should be good at. We've got tricky, arsehole wide players that are a fullback's nightmare. We are so good. We have been, well, not always, we have been really good from set pieces at times again this season. That largely the only times we are going to score is from a fucking set piece. And who doesn't love hitting someone on the counter-attack? It's exhilarating, isn't it? If you break and score, what a moment.
I mean, we haven't done it for a very long time, really.
No.
But, I mean...
we've got the players to do it. We've got the players and the formation. I say set up exactly the same.
We probably should have at the weekend, I think, wasn't there? There was an opportunity Chemad going through and he just fucked up the pass.
Yeah.
But
we're really good at that. We're really good actually at counter-attacking and then the final pass being absolute dogs.
Yeah. It's the pressure.
Yeah. That's just League One, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. If these wingers could supply the final ball with
if you were clinical,
15-25%, 15-25% more accuracy on their final pass, they'd be in the Championship, potentially the Premier League. A lot of the time, that's the difference. The final ball is nowhere near consistent enough. The margins are so fine. If you think back to 20 years ago, the difference, the gulf in difference between players in the Premier League, like the lower end, and the players in League One, it was. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still huge. I'm not saying it's not, but I think there are far more players that, given the chance now, would actually be able to eke out a decent career, not just a level above, but at the bottom end of the top tier. That it's mad. There are definitely players in League One at the moment that wouldn't look out of place at Sunderland. Maybe not Sunderland. They're surprising everyone, but you know what I mean. Like West Ham could do with a few, couldn't they?
But I mean, to be fair, your point isn't far off. I mean, Dan Ballard was dipping around in League One before he joined Sunderland.
Looks a whole different player now.
Yeah, it's being in the right environment, isn't it, that can often bring the best out of players.
Yeah, there are so many players. We've had a load of them who you look at and you go, they should be better than they are, but there's something weird that's just not clicking with them. And then they leave on a free, and the next thing you know, they're signed at the Championship team. You're like, what the fuck's gone on here? And next thing you know, they're up the top end. They're scoring goals. They're assisting. I mean, do you remember Elijah Adebayo coming in? I know he's young, but fucking hell, he looked like an absolute donkey.
2 games, I got sent off in one of them.
Yeah, but he looked like an absolute donkey, and I'm like, fuck me, he's not going to make a career out of things. Look at him. Who would have thought he'd have been a Premier League striker and actually scored a few goals there? Ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. Luke Freeman, good player, but I never thought for a minute he was going to be a Premier League player. Didn't pull up trees, but he was there. He played, on and off. Mad.
Yeah. But I don't have many of them, though. I mean, to be fair, Charlie Webster caused us through problems last year.
Yeah.
Probably their brightest spark. But I was just looking at their top goal scorers because it's always a decent sign around like how many goals are there, how are their goals spread.
Beasley with 2, I think.
He's got 5 goals, but 2 of them are penalties. Then Charlie Webster has 4. Tavares 2.
That's all competitions in the league.
Oh, is it?
In the league, Jake Beasley, Charlie Webster, and Tyrese Shade all have 2.
Well, that's even worse then. I was just looking; they've only got 7 goal scorers in all competitions then.
Yeah.
And 3 of them are on 1. So, yeah, that if we could keep Charlie Webster under wraps, and you could argue Tavares Beasley will probably play as the front 2, I imagine.
Yeah, you would assume.
It'll be very much around can we take advantage of chances and create some chances at home for the first time in a while.
How do you think the reception for TVC will be?
Well,
good unless we're idiots.
It was good last time.
It was.
Until we got sent off.
Well, yeah, that wasn't really... That was bizarre, wasn't it?
That was incredibly bizarre. But, I mean, if he wants to get sent off again, by all means.
He was man of the match against Wickham.
Well, he's only just recently come back, hasn't he?
Yeah, he was man of the match against Wickham. He was their best player against Wigan in the 1-0 defeat. He was there. He didn't play against Orient when they lost 4-0.
I've got him playing 53 minutes.
Well, against Orient.
Can't tell.
Oh, maybe he came on. He didn't start.
Yeah, Godwin Malife got injured and he came on.
So he did. So he did.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he was always
TVC got their second best rating out of their 11 against Orient, and that was that the first game he was back for?
He was on the bench for Blackpool, but yeah, that was the first game he played minutes in.
Yeah.
I
do miss him. I do miss him in that defence. I think now this season with the way Goods really just...
I was going to say, do I miss him?
Been another level. It was the first time when I've been like, oh, I think we're probably better now than we were when we had him. Like, I don't think we had a better defence last season. That even with Good in, I don't feel like we did better.
Much like Roberts, he'd elevate the 18.
But we don't have. Yeah, exactly. We don't have. Again, it's like the conversation with Harvey, isn't it? So we don't have that profile of defender. Like TVC, if you got the ball, you'd get the ball into feet, open up and sort of move forward with it, and you'd be like, "Oh, something's happening here." If Charlie Good does that, my ring starts clapping.
Such a descriptive man.
I would say we miss him when
as much as I love Charlie Good. I really love Charlie Good. I'm not confident if he doesn't stride out. To be fair, does he? He doesn't stride out with the ball.
No, that's Sweeney more than anyone.
Yeah, and I get excited and terrified every time Sweeney does it because he's got a right old clanger in him as Sweeney, but he's also got the ability to turn any League One player inside out 4 times in 20 seconds.
He could carry that ball 40 yards, or he could be making a 40-yard run back to goal. It's one or the other.
Right? Yeah. He's as likely to carry it into the opposition box as he is to let just lose all perception of time and space. And next thing you know, we're 1-0 down. It's like, we've got that Dan Sweeney today, have we?
Yeah. When he's on it, he can't.
What Darius Charles would have been if he was successful 80% less of the time.
Yeah, Darius Charles. I used to love watching him pick up the ball at left back, and then next thing you know, he's like driving into the box, and you're like, it's either going to go out for a goal kick or a throw in on the other side, or this is in the net. There is no in between.
He didn't have a break either, did he? Like, it wasn't like he was going to slow down at any point. He just kept going. And unless someone got in his way, he was never stopping.
He was like an 18-wheeler though, wasn't he? Like, it was like
I've beaten 7 players now. I'm going to either punt it into the top corner or concuss a child. We don't know which.
He didn't really have any acceleration, but his top speed was significant. And it was just and if he got up to speed, you were either like you were either out of the way or you were on your ass.
That's your cold open, by the way. Is you going to stick it in the top bin or concuss a child?
So I'm not going to use. I'm not going to use
Spin off
any of the
anything we
stuff that
said.
you and Pat
Yeah.
were chatting
Fuck
about.
that.
Okay. That's
Concuss
how
a
we
child with no context. Perfect.
I think that is how we used to do it at the start. I just pick a random pick a random sentence out at the beginning. Problem is the intro on the intro on the intro that sort of builds up is too long to just have that. So I'll put a little white noise in. So it'll just be your chat, and then it'll be a. He's either gonna. I don't know what he said. He's either going in the top net or he's going to concuss a child. Whatever he said.
God.
But yeah, 59 minutes. There we go. I've noted it down. Oh, it's nice noting something positive down instead of me having to go and bleep myself saying.
Steady. Don't do it.
I nearly did. I nearly did it. Right. We are going to decide collaboratively between us.
Yeah.
The starting 11.
Tay Ashby Hammond.
Boo!
No. It's nice having three of us here. No. So Philip Marshall. So first of all, 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3.
Let's go 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, 3 attackers.
Okay. Yeah, we won't specify exactly what formation we think we're going to play.
We might just specify when we decide what players we're putting in it.
Luther at right back.
Steve's got 2 working legs, and we'll work it out from there.
Luther at right back.
Yep.
Are you sticking with Sweeney or are you welcoming back Charlie Good?
I'm going back to Good.
Back for Good.
I think I'm going back to Good as well.
I want
Pidge,
him back.
obviously.
I want him back for Good.
Well, I mean, that's up to him, innit? Don't get
It's not a
suspended
massive
again.
knock on Sweeney. It's just Good's levels have been really good this year. I didn't want to say it, and I had to.
Charlie has been good, hasn't he? Left back. Are you going left back? Is it does Freestone start again, or does Early start? This is an interesting one, and I think for me, I think you go Early because of how susceptible Burton are on the flank. I think Early adds a lot more to your attacking. To your attack.
So I'm going to disagree, and I'm going to say we should have Freestone in there. The reason I say that
because Early and Phoenix sends shivers down your spine.
Yes, but 2, I think having Freestone at left back gives Luther a lot more license
to move forwards.
Yeah,
I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all. If I'm thinking about Burton's back line, are they stronger on the right or the left?
Look, Freestone will just kick him in the air anyway. It's fine.
Yeah,
I actually think the more important thing is the midfield, in the sense that previously we would have Harvey White as the left centre mid, who is not very good defensively in that space.
Do you know what? Yeah, I was gonna let Pat be the decider, but actually I'm gonna swivel to Freestone because I think Freestone will deal with Lofthouse better than Early will.
This is when Pat's gonna go. I was gonna go for Saxon Early.
Well, it's tough, isn't it? Because it depends what you want to do in midfield. Like if you want to use Early to fill that left mid role, then you want to start Freestone and Early ahead of him, which didn't work that great against Cardiff. Or my preferred thing if you're doing that, which is start Freestone with Patterson ahead of him and Early to come on and replace Patterson on 70 minutes or whenever you do that change. So I don't hate that as a choice.
So we're going Freestone.
Okay, so our midfield 3. We're not changing it, are we? Exactly the same as
we've
Stockport.
got to change it.
Phillips is fucking. All right, I've Doco.
I thought about Doco.
Put Doco in. if Harvey White's not available, Doco's got to go in. There's no one else.
What if Kemp's back?
I don't like him in a midfield three.
Well, assuming he's going to,
sacrificed.
if Kemp plays, he's going forward. Let's assume that.
If Kemp plays, okay. If Kemp plays, he is playing as a 10, isn't he? He's not playing.
Yeah.
He's not playing deeper.
So you've got either Doco to come in and you play that almost triangle midfield with the holding midfielder.
I almost feel like I need to message Mr. Metcalf and find out if we expect Kemp back.
I heard he was.
If Kemp's back, then you go Houghton, Thomas, and Kemp behind Reed. But if he's not, then I like the Doherty choice.
Would you pick Doherty over White if he's available?
I don't think you do.
You're trying to keep him fit for his transfer, then maybe.
I don't think you
getting injured in a game against Burton.
I don't think you start Doherty over White if White is fit and raring to go. If he's 75%, I think you go with 100% Doherty. But if White, there's no reason why White couldn't play. I think you naturally play him over the 17-year-old who's only had one start.
Harvey
he didn't
White
look out of place against Cardiff.
He didn't.
He had the odd foray down that right-hand side that shows he's more than just a D-mid breaking the game up. You know, he's got enough about him to create a chance if you give him the space and get the ball to him. So.
Yeah, he's one of those players that Reeves is the last player that really had it here. That when he gets hold of the ball, it almost feels like he's got endless amounts of time on it. Like I don't remember ever seeing him being pressed.
Yeah, no,
and I don't know why that is, because if I was a centre midfielder up against a 17-year-old, I would be steaming through him at every opportunity I had.
Yeah,
I would basically be Dan Phillips. Can you imagine playing against Dan? I mean, that's probably why he's got so much time, because he's used to playing against Phillips in training, and he's gone very quickly. I need to be top at finding space because otherwise I'm dead.
I mean, in fairness, I think Burton, I'm just looking at their subs from the weekend who started. They started a 17-year-old in their midfield. So that could be quite fun. Just battle the two 17-year-olds against each other. I would ordinarily have gone Burton's going to be a more physical game than Cardiff. And therefore where...
Kribali's actually 16.
Well, Fotmob says he's now 17.
He'll be 17 on a New Year's Day.
Wow.
That's filthy. He was born in 2009.
Anyway, let's not make ourselves feel older than we already are.
He's only 6 weeks older than you.
Anyway, yeah, ordinarily.
Who are we picking?
If Kemp's fit, it's Kemp.
Okay.
If Kemp's not fit, it's White.
But do you change? Do you change the system, or do we want to go with what we did? Okay. All right.
I think when you're at home and you've got a player of Kemp's quality, what I will say is Kemp has been below his own standards before he went off injured. So there is an element of he needs to be getting up to the levels that we set from Saturday.
But I do like the thought of Kemp. You know, Burton play three sort of wing backs, but Armour and Lofthouse usually play along with the midfield. So it's sort of like a 3-4-1-2. So they don't have that sort of, they have that man playing in the 10 role rather than playing in that midfield to help protect the back three. So, and that's a very Gary Bowyer thing. He's done that everywhere he's been, really. So I think that Kemp coming back has got a great fucking opportunity to fill those spaces between sort of Van Kooten and the midfield two in front of him. He should find a fuck ton of space. But then also, you know, we might see the likes of, you know, if it's fucking hell, what's his name? Chalke, however the fuck you say it. We might see him sacrificed a little deeper in order to try and keep him quiet. I mean, he more or less marked Lowry out of the game against Wickham.
Yeah, but I think Kemp also helps with trying to pin their wing backs back, because that's ultimately what we're saying. The threat is ultimately going to be if their wing backs are able to push up the pitch.
Yeah.
If we're playing with Freestone as a left back, Phoenix and Kemp coming onto that left hand side. Yeah, but if you bring Kemp over onto that left hand side in those phases of play, to almost double up on Civic if he's going to be playing as that centre back, the wide centre back, it will force Lofthouse to have to come back in anyway. So, and Kemp's got that energy and he's got that ability to drift out wide into those half spaces and create problems. And in the same way that Louis did it on Saturday with Luther, you can imagine adding an extra player into that mix of Kemp. Like, you're going to push fullbacks, wing backs into defending a lot more, and they're not going to be able to get back up the pitch.
And then going for a front three of Bez, Malcolm, and Bez. Yeah,
triple Bez.
Triple Bez. But the front three will be the same. Surely Campbell on the right, Reed up top, and Phoenix on the left. That front three was so fucking good Saturday that I don't think, doesn't matter the condition of Roberts, doesn't matter the condition of anyone else. If those three are available to play, they need to play as that front three.
And I'm going to predict a Terence Van Cooten own goal with Phoenix getting down to the byline, cutting it back, and he prods one into his own net.
What, 1-0 win, is that?
I'm not going to specify. I don't want to go too crazy. But we're going to score at least one goal by Terence Van Cooten.
No, I want a proper prediction, please.
Right, let me just do some research.
I wasn't going to do this, but you predicted at least one goal.
I only predicted a goal.
Now I'm going to make you do the whole shebang.
It's a lunchtime kickoff. I don't like doing this.
Just don't put him in your account. You'll be fine.
Right, last time we lost to them at home. And then we lost to them at home again. We haven't beaten them at home since 2014.
Exactly, we drew. We also beat them 4-0 away from home in that time, so I wouldn't worry too much.
5-1.
Oh, spicy.
Stevenage, just to clarify.
Fucking hell, yeah. Good. Good.
He's scoring as well.
Overhead kick. Pat, can you bring some sense to this?
I can try. 2-0 Borough.
Sounds far more likely. I'm gonna say 3-0 Borough. I just fancy it. I really fancy it this week. I think we've got the beating of these mugs. I can't wait to lose 1-0.
Boy, that recording post-match is going to be exciting.
Oh, boy, is it.
I might still be hungover from the all day on Friday. I'm really, really concerned.
I'm going Reed, Kem, and Thompson. Same three goal scorers, actually. There we go. Same 3 goal scorers.
Do I need to put until 5-9?
And then the dubious goals committee will take Reed's goal off of him because it's going to hit TVC and the chops are going.
Oh, boo.
TVC own goal.
To open the proceedings.
No, so we're going to go 1-0 down.
To a TVC goal.
Don't know.
Tavares.
No, it's going to be to a Tavares because Tavares is shit, and of course he's going to score against us.
Yeah.
Then Phoenix is going to whip a ball in for Reed, and he's going to get some dubious tap in that comes off the keeper and goes in.
I fancy Phoenix to reproduce one of those goals that he got against AFC Wimbledon, where he's like driving down the left, cuts in from the edge of the box and whips it across the far side. I think actually,
so
him instead of Kem.
So anyway, so Reed's getting the first one. He's equalising. Then TVC is putting us 2-1 ahead, and that sucker punches them, which is how we then go on to score.
And there'll be a
3.
slate of agent TVC tweets.
It's going to be a Charlie Good header from a set piece, and then Lewis Freestone is going to get one from a deep free kick.
And it's going to be a towering absolute thunder of
he
a
scored
header.
2 of those headers already, so that's going to be his third.
Reading last season.
He scored 1 at Charlton this season, and there was another one this season.
Is it 2 this season? Maybe.
There's definitely 2 this
But
season.
you're right, Charlton, yeah.
Charlton, and there was one after Charlton.
I knew it was some other, someone like Charlton or Reading. They are basically the same club in my head. Just one's in red, one's in blue. It's the only difference.
I'm missing 1 goal. Who's going to get the last goal? It's going to be Jake Young off the bench.
Free kick.
Wowzer.
No, he's gonna get the ball out wide because he's gonna come out left wing for some reason. He's gonna get the ball out wide. He's gonna cut inside, and he's gonna put like a pile driver. It's gonna go goalkeeper side down, and we're all gonna go. Well, maybe the keeper should save that. But then when we look back
and
at it on the replay,
yeah,
he's just absolutely
he's just really funded that.
Yeah, pile driver into the bottom corner.
Cool. You thought about this way too much. Pat, who are your goal scorers?
I wasn't expecting to have to get into this level of detail about.
Look, we've done it, so you might as well.
All right, Pidge,
I want
header,
descriptions.
Saxon early, back post, tight angle between the keeper and the post, lasered along the floor.
Saxon early.
Orient was the other goal Freestone got.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, looping header over. It wasn't a thunder, was it?
That was a great header though as well.
It was a very good header. Yeah.
Saxon early can't score goals, surely.
Well, he got one in that promotion campaign, didn't he? He was drilled.
Yeah.
Kane Smith absolutely walloped, lasered one across, didn't he, from the right wing, and Saxon come out of the back post and absolutely. I mean, he did thunder it in there post as well.
I don't know if his hamstrings can take that.
How do I remember that?
I do remember it now. You mention it,
and I recalled it really quickly as well. That's ridiculous. Okay, so that's our lot. Cheers for joining us, chaps.
Oh, and the child is going to get concussion.
Boropod tips one over the bar.
No, but
it's going to be at half time.
But we haven't got Darius Charles playing, so I don't think there is a child getting.
No, but I think Pat's got it bang on. It's at half time. Someone's going to go ping one top bins, and Boropod's going to go for a dive and save.
Oh, I hope we get I hope we get a repeat from Boropod of that. I can't remember what game it was, but he had an absolute worldie of a bunch of saves in that challenge, full on, dive to the side and tipped it onto the bar.
Was that the same time his head fell off?
And then the next week, his head fell off. Yeah.
For all the kids that inevitably listen to us, Boropod is real. His head did not fall off.
Oh, it did. Absolutely severed. We had to go and get another one from the zoo. Anyway, that's probably enough. We're talking about decapitated bears now. It's definitely time to move on, isn't it? Thank you for joining us. As ever, you know where to find us. Nick, do a thing.
Follow us on X, Blue Sky.
No, we don't talk about that. Twitter.
Jesus.
Ask Twitter. To do a thing. And
then slate him for doing it.
Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Blue Sky. Give us a subscribe on YouTube. Ding dong the bell so you know when we go live. Spotify. That's another place that we post. Where else do we post? Sometimes on Facebook, occasionally when we fancy it.
All of the podcatchers. I haven't done Facebook for basically all of the season. I
don't. Maybe don't go to Facebook then.
Yeah, I don't. Fuck Facebook.
Yeah, that's about it.
Cool. All right then. Nick mentioned it earlier. There's a live pod in the 76 after the Burton game. It could be fun. It might be ridiculous. It will be ridiculous. Come along and enjoy it. There's Dean Thompson's involved. The SFC pod are involved. We're involved. Could get messy.
Have we got? Is Steve coming down for it as well?
Steve's not coming down. Dean's going to be there. Steve's off. I don't know, gallivanting. Don't know what he's doing. Enjoying himself.
I hope that Dean has a nice co-commentator by the name of Tyree Simpson. That'd be fun.
I mean, I don't know that Steve isn't commentating.
Oh, so he's just not coming to.
He's just not coming in the after. I don't know. Maybe Steve isn't going to be on comms. Who knows?
Should we do this a live call out for Tyree Simpson to be involved in the post-match pod?
That'd be good. That'd be really good. Anyway, yeah, enjoy your week up the Borough.
Woo!
That was good, isn't it? I don't know when the end stream happens. I don't know. I haven't pressed it yet. I'm trying to. I'm looking at the stream now. You've just wooed, so now I'm going to press end stream and hope that's when it goes off and it doesn't just carry on
Until